I'll make this a super short and important video update on what to do this week and if you want to make money in March, including some updates on earnings, news, and stocks that I'm following right now. I'm going to give you all the research to make money. I respect your time, no masterclasses, no webinars, no boot camps, nothing like that. Let's jump right into it. The first stock I want to cover is SoFi. SoFi is currently just above $15 per share, and the market cap is $16.62 billion. SoFi has tremendous support at the $15 level. Under 15, I'm telling you, this stock is a mad discount. You can see over the past 1 month, SoFi has fallen below $15 per share for a short amount of time, but then it had major support and a lot of investors piling back into the stock. I think this sell-off right here presents another really big opportunity. Investors know that under $15 per share, it's super cheap. It's cheap as a $15 sirloin steak, which makes absolutely no sense. If you ask me, this is the easiest double. This company deserves to be a $30 billion market cap. I even think this stock can be a $50 billion market cap within the next 12 to 24 months. Right now, the best opportunity is to sell $15 puts for March 21st expiration for a really good entry. By combining technology, payments, and banking businesses into one agile model, SoFi is challenging the traditional banking structure. Take a look at Anthony Noto, the CEO. He also worked at Goldman Sachs. So his LinkedIn says he both worked at Goldman Sachs, Anthony worked there. And essentially, if I go to his experience, this guy has some extensive experience and I have a lot of belief in him. He worked at Goldman Sachs for 9 years. He was a chief financial officer for the National Football League. Obviously, he came back to Goldman Sachs and he was a partner and co-head of Global TMT Investment Banking. And then he had some time at Twitter. So he was upgraded to the chief operating officer, the COO. He's been at SoFi for 7 years, and this guy has a Wharton MBA. I say this because in my last week's video, I said that Anthony Noto is building a personal brand. And nowadays, it's all about personal branding. If a CEO has a big social media following like Elon Musk, or, even a political figure like Donald Trump, that's a huge PowerPoint. That's a huge competitive advantage for the company itself. If you're thinking about selling, you are out of your freaking mind. This company right here is a millionaire maker. You have to stop making emotional decisions like a 25-year-old, new graduate from college. Instead, think like a 50-year-old CEO. What is the trajectory of this business? Where is it going for the next 12 to 24 months? What is the valuation? For me, Anthony Noto, what he envisions for SoFi to be a full-scale financial ecosystem aiming to become one of the top stop shop for all banking, investing, and lending needs. This is a phenomenal goal. This is such a huge vision. And I think that he's aggressively scaling the company to be the tech-driven approach that we need in today's economy. We need tech focus. We need AI first. We need digital banks. We need this, right? If you look at traditional banks, they're going to be like dinosaurs and the asteroid's about to hit them. SoFi has consistently been increasing their deposit base, and Anthony Noto's long-term strategy focuses on profitability, user growth, and vertical integration, which ensures SoFi is evolving into the high-growth financial powerhouse that it is. This company is really undervalued in my opinion. It also presents a really good opportunity for small accounts and, beginner investors to really jump into this company without having to have too much money. So I think it's a great addition to the portfolio. And, when I worked at Goldman Sachs, an entire team, okay, I used to sit next to financial advisors, and the entire team didn't show up one day. They took $2 billion of assets with them. They literally left. Okay, imagine that. $2 billion of assets. An entire team when I was working at Goldman Sachs, they just said, I'm out of here. Peace out. We're taking all these clients with us. And, I think a lot of that craziness is going to happen more in the traditional banking sector. I think there's going to be a massive exodus eventually as the baby boomers get older and they start to pass off their wealth to, the younger generation X, okay, which can manage their money a bit better. They're a bit more high tech. And I think we're going to see a lot of outflows from the traditional banking sector into companies like SoFi. I'm telling you, hold this stock. It's a great opportunity. Let's move on. Let's go to the general market and SPY. I want to talk about overconfidence concerns. I have a lot of investors ask me right now, Henry, should I be investing more into SPY in the general market? Should I have a little bit more cash reserves right now due to, volatility? I'm afraid of, 2008, 2000. I've been through some tough times. What does this picture look like right now? And I would say that despite the economic uncertainties, investor confidence remains really high, with major indices nearing record highs. We're at an all-time high. Some analysts say that this is overconfidence, and they say that these times could be preceded by a significant market downturn. But for me, I'm cautiously optimistic. When I look at the innovation happening, when I look at the companies that are spending big money, for me, I still believe in the bull story. I think right now you buy SPY or QQQ or just the general market, I'm very bullish. I think the story is very much alive. If you take a look at, my research here in front of me, when I looked at the strong corporate earnings, we had JP Morgan had good earnings. Now we've had Walmart. They had very strong same store sales, but I'll tell you what happened. In fact, let me show you what happened. So Walmart is down to $95.50, and I've been hedging it as much as possible. I had 97 covered calls, and overall, I'm still up $260,000 on Walmart. So I'm up about 83% on the position, but this stock was over $100. What happened was expectations didn't meet reality. However, reality is still pretty good. I mean, Walmart it was something above 4% same store sales increase. Wall Street wanted 5%. Okay. But Wall Street's very short term focused. Everyone on Wall Street wants their monthly paycheck, they want their quarterly paycheck. Okay. So when they see expectations a little bit different from what they were hoping for, they get, afraid and panic and they jump out of the stock, right? As well as this is a lot of momentum selling, algorithmic selling. A lot of the market, it has AI algorithms basically trading, and it triggers some of their stop losses and boom, they get out, right? But the thing is, this has nothing to do with the long term fundamentals of the business. Guys, I know what I'm saying here. Long term, fundamentally, Walmart is a very strong business. It has good same store sales. And fortunately or unfortunately, the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, shrinking middle class, and more people will be shopping at Walmart. It's as simple as that. Now, I also want to talk about more corporate earnings, and we see a huge advancement in artificial intelligence. I was looking at Alibaba Group. They report an 8% increase in revenue for the quarter, ending in December, reaching 280 billion yuan, which is like $38 billion. And this growth is attributed to the company's strategic investment in AI and in cloud computing. So their CEO, Eddie Wu, he announced that plans to further invest in these areas over the next 3 years, and he's aiming to advance towards artificial general intelligence, or AGI. So the CEO, he knows what he's talking about. He knows where to invest, and the entire market is investing in AI. I personally think that innovation is driving the market, and it will easily go up another 20% in 2025 because productivity growth is at a very highest I've seen across my entire investing career. Okay. AI is the biggest bullish trend because it's not just the investment and the money involved in AI. AI itself is making people more productive. Every single person is impacted by AI. All knowledge workers, which drive GDP, they drive the economy. Small businesses drive the economy as well, right? And this is a huge bonus. But you look at small businesses, that's the lifeblood of America. But you also look at the big corporate behemoths where our money is invested in, right? All the stocks that I cover, it's because money keeps flowing to the wealthy and the rich, and they're only going to get richer. And I was looking at Google's AI co-scientist tool, which Google has developed an AI laboratory assistant referred to as co-scientist, and is designed to expedite biomedical research by identifying knowledge gaps and generating new scientific hypotheses. Earlier collaborations with institutions like Stanford University have demonstrated that Google's tool has potential in proposing novel gene transfer mechanisms and for a list of many conditions and treatments for those conditions. So I'm extremely excited for biomedical research. I'm super excited. And I think the future is super bright for innovation, for healthcare, for the financial industry. As I was saying, SoFi and other, some big banks are innovating. And I think that AI spending is going to continue to improve the position that we have in the general overall market. Now, I want to move over to Palantir. The CEO had, he didn't really announce this, so he was a little bit on the side, doing a little dirty. But at the same time, you got to understand, CEO Alex Karp, he's adopted a trading plan that allows him to sell nearly 10 million shares of Palantir stock by September 2025. And that's why if we take a look at Palantir stock, it has had a bit of a reaction, right? This stock over the past, 1 month, it had a huge rise. And now we're pulling back a little bit, right? We were, heading for $130 per share. I actually had a very interesting call credit spread play in my Discord community where I hedged the position a bit, but it ended up giving a lot of money back. And that's because investors have feared that Alex Karp is going to sell a lot of shares. And despite the rumors, yes, he's probably going to sell some shares. But wouldn't you sell some shares too if you had billions and billions of dollars in a company? Alex Karp is just diversifying, guys. I don't get the whole panic. Okay, he's not leading the stock. He's still the CEO. He still has a lot of stock. So relax, chill out, because you would sell too. any human being would sell when you have 100% of your net worth of billions and billions and billions of dollars in one stock. The man's just diversifying, in my opinion. He's not going to sell all his shares, and that's probably going to be crazy stuff. So for me, I did kind of see this coming. Not that Alex Karp is going to sell, but that the stock was having a pretty high valuation. So I ended up hedging my position, and my Discord community and we ended up saving some money in hedging the position. Now, I wasn't smart enough to get out of Palantir at 125, but I also don't try to predict stocks. I'm not a trader, guys. I'm an investor. Investing is better than trading. So look, talking about Palantir and the future of it, Palantir generates more than half of its revenue from government contracts. And look, Trump and Elon, man, they're best buddies right now. I think they're going to do some interesting stuff. They're definitely cutting government money and jobs in the government sector, which is net a good thing. We got a whole bunch of people getting paid to do nothing, nada. That's why you actually see a huge crisis in Washington D.C. It's not a crisis, but all the houses are for sale because people who make $1 million doing nothing are now, potentially not going to have a job and have to do something else. So I think it's going to be a net positive for United States of America. But Palantir, they might get a little bit less funding because Palantir has their hands in the government's pockets. But luckily, it's not just in the government; it's in commercial as well. So if you're a Palantir investor, I think it's business as usual. I think they've been a little bit impacted by government having a little bit less guacamole to spend, but it's all good. I think that Palantir is going to do phenomenally. And looking at the government, I think the government loves to scam, guys. In my opinion, there's so many scams out there, and government poisoning people with the food. The medical system makes money on sick people, right? They want you to be sick. They don't want you to be healthy because they make money. They make money off of you guys. Even when you're sick, the doctor makes money. The hospital makes money. Everything's for money, profits. Even nonprofit organizations, they still oftentimes like pay huge salaries. So it's all about money, guys, and that's how it is. So it looks the same. So it looks different, but the smell, it's the same. So look, Palantir is going to be fine, but there's going to be a whole lot of, money flowing out. There's going to be a whole lot of money still flowing into the government, and it's still going to go to war, to cybersecurity. And you better be hedged against inflation because inflation, they're also lying to us about inflation. They say inflation's, it's not that high. Yeah, right. Take a look at the eggs. Take a look at the education. Take a look at what is actually like, how expensive it is to live a good life. Okay. The CPI index, I said this in the past, they will substitute similar goods. Similar. They'll take steak, they'll substitute it for chicken. They'll say, oh, the CPI is not that high. It's not going, inflation's under control. Man, I don't want to switch my steak for chicken. Steak increased by 30%, chicken increased by 3%. They're saying, oh, that the CPI is, it's only 3%. Man, look at where the money actually, look where the inflation actually is. To live a good life, there's some inflation. You better get rich right now. You can't afford not to. Engineers that make tons of money in San Francisco, they're at risk to get replaced by AI. Everyone right now is at risk unless you already have seven figures, then it's all good. But I hate to see war. I hate to see what's going on, but you might as well make some money and follow where the money is flowing. And a lot of it is flowing to Palantir. Although Trump is talking to Putin, I actually like that America is becoming friends with Russia. That's good because I'm trying to visit out there. I've been on the borders of Eastern Europe. I might do some travel there soon. I speak Russian. My family's from Eastern Europe. But listen, I think that the government's still going to be spending lots of money on defense. It doesn't even matter who's friends, who's allies. It doesn't matter. Money's going to be spent on defense. So if you want to get rich, you really want to get rich? Not you say you want to get rich, you kind of want to get rich. You follow 10 YouTube channels and you follow SMCI and all the other crappy stocks out there that are hype stocks like Nikola going out of business. No, if you actually want to get rich, okay, with low volatility, proper risk management, then you invest in Palantir, but you use options to create income because Palantir has high implied volatility. High implied volatility is fantastic for option trading. I'll drop you in the description my free playlist for courses that I made for free on YouTube on learning how to trade options and create income because Palantir is a great opportunity for that. Let's move on and talk about Nvidia. February 26th, in a few days, it's going to be a big day. Big day, guys. Because why? Earnings. Wall Street expects Nvidia's fiscal Q4 adjusted earnings per share to surge 62% year over year. I think Nvidia is going to deliver the goods, guys. I really think Nvidia is going to make money for investors. Money. Bicep. over tricep money, guys. You trying to get wealthy? I honestly think, look, instead of being hype, why don't I give you the facts? Henry, give me the numbers. So the numbers are 17 out of 19 quarters. They beat earnings. Like, you don't gotta be a rocket scientist, guys. 17 out of 19 earnings. I think we're gonna see, excuse me, I got too excited. 16 out of 18 earnings, but it's gonna be 17 out of 19 earnings. Okay, it was 16 out of 18. We're about to get to 17 out of 19. The chances are they're gonna beat earnings. And Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang, he says that tech leaders will be spending an estimated 2 trillion over the next few years to build out data, AI, infrastructure. I talked about the infrastructure, the structure to the infra. All right, I'm joking, but listen, the infrastructure is the structure. Nvidia is going to power the structure. Okay, it doesn't get more straightforward than this. It's like Jensen walks into a bar. The bartender says, "What will it be?" Jensen replies, "I'll take $1 trillion. You know what? No, sorry, $2 trillion AI cocktail optimized for efficiency, accelerated with GPUs, and so expensive, this cocktail, that only Microsoft and Google can afford it, and they have no other choice. I'm the only game in town. I'm the only man in this entire town." Okay? Bartender says, "Let me guess, you're going to be paying with Nvidia stock." Jensen grins and says, "Of course, it only goes up." So, and Jensen knows that it only goes up. Nvidia remains a great way to play out the AI revolution. And if you guys want a stock that's on sale, it's Nvidia. Listen, the company right now, as you can see on my screen, $139 per share, $3.4 trillion. We saw Dan Ives, I went over it in a video yesterday. Okay, you can watch my Nvidia video. He says 4 trillion very soon, maybe 5 trillion. Listen, I don't know, 4, 5, when. I'm not a genie magic predictor. I don't know. But it's not a question of if. I don't got no doubts here, guys. There's no doubts. There is no doubt if. Oh, if. Can it happen? No, 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 no. When? When? I think we'll see 4 trillion probably in 12 months. But you guys know how it is. Stocks, they have, especially Nvidia, this stock went down to under 120, and literally it couldn't stay there because it has a strong floor. The floor is here. The floor is 120. Now the stock is heading to 140, okay, and up. And I think this is a juicy play to have for March, for April, and for the rest of 2025. And you see that when DeepSeek came out, there was a lot of panic. And I told investors, relax. DeepSeek couldn't keep Nvidia under 120 longer than an erection. The bears are so disappointed that shorting the stock lasted shorter than in McDonald's ice cream machine's working hours. So I guess they're more disappointed than a free trial that turns into an auto bill. You guys know how that feels. And that's how the bears feel right now. So I really hope that you're not a bear. I really hope that you didn't doubt me. And congratulations if you've been following this channel and you've been subscribed, because we've been making money literally hand over fist, bicep over tricep on Nvidia. It's been the easiest play. Like, you have to be silly to not understand this. Nvidia is the smartest growth stock to buy based on data, and I think ahead of earnings, it is a strong buy. I have a huge position in Nvidia. You can check out my video from yesterday. Now let's wrap things up with Tesla. Tesla, I'm still bullish, and I see a unique opportunity with Elon Musk and Donald Trump becoming good friends, political helpers, and co-workers. Elon is the tech support to Trump, as he put it in a recent interview, and I actually love to see them together because these are two smart people. They don't need the freaking money, guys. So I like this. I don't like politicians because they all freaking steal money. Every single politician steals. Corruption. And America is just as corrupt as freaking Ukraine. Ukraine is just as corrupt as Venezuela. It's corruption anywhere. It's human nature, unfortunately. But I like to see two really rich people trying to do good. Goodness, this is like refreshing. I think finally we're on the right track in America. Finally, we're on the freaking right track. Still a lot of work ahead of us. But the earnings per share for Tesla was 73 cents, slightly missing the projected 76 cents. I think now is a really good time to dollar cost average into Tesla, continue to own Tesla, some of the leap option plays that, some of you guys already signed up for my webinar on Saturday. I'm going to be talking about Tesla because I think, before the Cybertruck deliveries and as they scale up the Cybertruck business, I think they're going to have some good earnings coming up. They missed, earnings a little bit, but the next earnings, I'm bullish. Don't want to make this video too long. Go ahead, check out my link in the description for free courses that I have on option trading. Free. My free stuff's better than people's paid stuff. I'll add the playlist right here. Watch some videos, get an understanding of how to trade options and make money in this economy because there's a lot of money to be made. All right. Catch you in the next one.